Yo, what's going on? This is Madara back again, once again with Man Cave Uploads. Gonna give y'all a summary for this One Piece chapter 1064 Egghead Labo Phase. Obviously, I think this is only the second time in history that Oda has incorporated a cover story with a actual story arc. We saw that with Ace tracking down Blackbeard, and then we see this chapter with Von Augur and Kuzan, aka Aokiji, having captured Pudding for the Blackbeard Pirates. Seemingly, Aokiji is the 10th Titanic captain. We know Oda already kind of hinted to Blackbeard having all 10 captains. I think it was in either the 4 billion book for Film Red or was something that he said at Jump Festa, like a booklet he put out there. But yeah, seemingly Aokiji is officially with the Blackbeard Pirates. First half of this chapter is Law versus Blackbeard. Second part is Luffy, Bonnie, Chopper, and Jinbei talking about Kuma. Last part is the other Straw Hats dealing with Lilith and going up to the Labo phase of Egghead Island. So, beginning of the chapter, we continue surprisingly with Law versus Blackbeard. We get to see that Chachi and Penguin are actually competent in the sea. John Bart is actually a meat shield for Law, absorbing a bullet from Von Augur, because you know how fast Von Augur can shoot. And then Beppo seemingly is either an adept observation hockey specialist with his hearing, or since he's an actual animal, his senses are probably heightened, and so he can tell that Von Augur is at 3 o'clock trying to shoot Law in the back. So, Von Augur, I believe, confirmed does not have armament hockeys because we know that pre-time skip he couldn't affect Ace because Ace was obviously he was a Logia. He didn't have armament hockey then. And then now he shoots John Bart seemingly with like a regular bullet, and he can't do any damage. So maybe it is armament, but John Bart's defenses are just that strong that even armament hockey bullets don't work. Or maybe something else is afoot. We see that Law starts off this fight with Awakening because he uses his re-room. That's what he puts around opponents. Uses a move called Amputate. Blackbeard has to dodge it, so we know that Blackbeard's his overall hockey is not as strong as Big Mom and Kaido's because Law could not affect Big Mom and Kaido like that. We know he told Kid that he couldn't move them because their hockey was too strong. But even when Law started to use Awakening, he was never able to cut off any of Big Mom's limbs with his Devil Fruit. So seeing Blackbeard dodge or jump off a stronger, get out of the way, tells me that his hockey isn't there. Also, Oda's depiction of the Gura Gura has changed. We know that when Whitebeard, we know that when Whitebeard would use it, it would seemingly crack the reality like glass as the cracks would shoot out. But here, it seems almost like hockey because it seems like Black Lightning when he's using it, but it's still the Gura Gura because he uses Tremor Crash or Tremor Crush in the official viz. And it doesn't work because, it works and knocks down some of the hard pirates, but it doesn't really do like a boatload of damage like Whitebeard would. We know Whitebeard had that fruit since he was like 36 or even before that, because we saw that in the Wano flashback that like he already had the quick fruit even when he fought Whitebeard on the island. I think he was 37 by the next year is when he achieved his cherished strength when he was at his strongest at 38. And so that was when he was also known as the world's strongest man, even while Goldie Roger was alive. And so, Blackbeard probably isn't as adept at controlling the quick fruit like Whitebeard was. Whitebeard had it for like 28 or 30 plus years, and so we get to see that here. And so he uses that move. Doesn't really do much. As I said before, John Bart blocks the bullet. Law uses Shock. I know a lot of people say Shock Willy, but it is German, so I believe it's Shock Vilu. Blackbeard takes it. We know that he experiences extra damage because he's a user of the Yami Yami fruit. That's when Von Augur says that this is what happens when you go in without a plan, and the TCB says half cocked. And TCB, Von Auger asked, hey, should we return to our ship? Blackbeard says no because I'm Blackbeard in the TCB. But in here, he just says no, stay on the offensive. And so Law asks Blackbeard, does like his whole crew use fruits? He says, which means you all share the same weakness, the sea. And Blackbeard says it's a worthy risk, or like the TCB, he says it's a great trade-off. And so, right there, he's basically saying he's willing to deal with that because seemingly it comes with great powers. They seem to have a devil fruit book, and they know exactly which devil fruit users to go after because they know who uses each fruit. So maybe they have a marine informant or something like that because they know a lot as a whole crew. And then his crew says, I didn't think they were good at fighting at sea, meaning the Heart Pirates. They're pretty adept, but Blackbeard's crew is like, oh no, Blackbeard's gonna win. And then this is when we get to like Pudding. She says, if Mama's still alive, TCB made it seem like she knew Big Mom was dead, but here in the official viz, she's saying, if her mom is still alive, you won't be talking like that much longer. We do know that, according at the end of Wano, the Big Mom pirates left and they were approaching CP0 ship, and the communication got cut off. So maybe they recovered Mama and left. She wouldn't know because when she got captured, I believe it was it was during the Fire Festival. So we know that it took Luffy and Zoro a whole week to wake up. And then they stayed there for an additional few days, maybe 9 days total. So she was either captured when Wano was first starting, which was like 4 weeks ago in the current storyline, or she got captured during the Fire Festival, which was like 9 days ago. But even then, no, because when Lucia Kingdom got blown up, it was another 3 days later when the Straw Hats finally reached Egghead. So like 12 days or maybe another actual 2 weeks. So the timeline is kind of wonky. Oda will have to go ahead and clarify when she got captured on Chocolate Town, because it seems like Jarma stayed there and went back and got Niji and Yonji, which would have been the same day, which we know that would have been four weeks ago. So if she was captured 4 weeks ago, and then the current storyline, because we know that her outfit did change. It's the first outfit we ever saw her in when she was talking to Big Mom all the way back going into Dressrosa. And so, yeah. And then pretty much right after that, we get to see Blackbeard finally use Black Vortex. He's blocking Law's Kroom. Then we go to Marineford. We get to see a kind of lamenting that because he is the Marine, he's the Marineford fleet admiral. He's always having to wait until something finishes, up. He can never go out there because we know that before he became fleet admiral, he did go and personally he was going to deliver Blackbeard and them their ship, but then they all got scared because it was Kainu and they left. That was when he recovered Jewelry Bonnie. And obviously we're at the next part of the chapter. This is Bonnie, Luffy, Chopper, and Jinbei talking. Bonnie and Jinbei are younger. Chopper and Luffy are older. Luffy is specifically in his a different future age where he's super old, past 70. So Kuma here seemingly loses the ability to recognize them because they're all different ages, so he stops chasing them. This is when Jinbei confronts her about Kuma being known as a tyrant, the tyrant king of Sorbet Kingdom. He was pushed out by his people, then he became a pirate, then he joined the revolutionaries, and then he was captured. He was going to be sentenced to be killed, but then Vegapunk wanted him for an experiment because he's a part of a special race. We know that Big Mom is missing 3 races from Whole Cake Island, and so one of them was the Giants, the other the Lunarians, and seemingly whatever Kuma is. People speculate that Kuma might be half Lunarian because of the resilience of his body, how much damage he can take. We know that is a special ability, is the defensive body that a Lunarian naturally has. excuse me, with their flames and everything like that. And so, pretty much, she refutes that whole story because she says, it's a lie. We do know the world government lies. Examples are that Smoker was the one who beat Crocodile when we know it was Luffy. Uh, they gave him a bounty increase, but they didn't give him credit. They also hid the fact that Luffy beat Moria, but they did give him a 200 million increase on his bounty. There's just a bunch of propaganda that the government does. Plus, they just blew up a whole island and said it never existed. So we already know that the government is not to be trusted in One Piece. Out of the rubble, she does find a lightsaber or a laser sword. We know that they can't say lightsaber because that's copywritten by Disney and Lucasfilm. So, but that's basically what it is. I know a lot of people want Zoro to end up with one, but Zoro's a natural swordsman, so I doubt he would take a lightsaber. He might use it in this arc, he or Brook, but I doubt that they would keep one because they're pretty much pure swordsmen. Not saying a laser sword is not pure swordsmanship, but it is technology. I kind of doubt Zoro would use technology as a samurai. So, but she does have a beam sword. She says that she's going to go and deal with Vegapunk herself. And then because Chopper himself asks, a special people, but it gets cut off. We go to Lilith and the Vega Force flying the Straw Hat Pirates up. She explains that like it's using anti-gravity to float, and it's also because of the air conditioning on the actual island allows for this robot to actually fly. I hope Frankie incorporates this in the new Shogun he's going to make, because the last one was damaged in his fight on Onigashima. And he might also help turn the Thousand Sunny into a rocket ship if we ever do go to space in One Piece. And so there, she tells them that like the Fabrio phase, aka fabrication, is on the lower floor. That's where Luffy and them are at, and they're going up to the Labo phase, which is where Vegapunk is. Yeah, basically she tells them that they all have to change in order to get access into the island. That's when we get to see Oda give us some fan service with Nami and Robin. Everybody else looks okay, but obviously those two stand out the most. Sanji's is basically a Hawaiian shirt, just like Jinbei is. And so, it's pretty much the same thing. Frankie, I don't know what he's supposed to be. He looks completely weird. But, by the end of it, though, that's when we get the conversation between Shaka, a.k.a. One, because he has a one on his visor, so he's the first separate body from Vegapunk. He's saying being a genius means being able to see even what your own future contains. Dragon says, "What do you mean, Vegapunk?" Shaka, "I suspect that my death is imminent." Dragon, "Stop telling bad jokes. They're not funny." And Shaka, "So I wanted you to hear me out, Dragon." And so that's basically how the chapter ends. Shaka, or aka Vegapunk, believes that he's going to be killed soon. He might have been tipped off that CP0 is coming to kill him because he knows too much. And so he wants to confer or have a conversation with Dragon to let him know, maybe even to give him a fail code if in case he is killed. Mugiwara Matt B, or aka Bensei, for the longest time has said that Vegapunk is a revolutionary, or he's affiliated with them. We're seeing Oda is showing us that he might give them a fail-safe code, just like in Star Wars Execute Order 66. There might be a fail-safe code in each pacifista that would allow them not just to be used by the revolutionaries, but to fully turn against the world government if they do try and kill him. He might have that saved up for that. That'll be his last-ditch plan. So that way the revolutionaries have a way to overthrow the world government. Because if it's going to take someone with Conqueror's Haki to beat a Seraphim, obviously we know that's a very small pool of people who can even actually use it and weaponize COC. And so, that's only what Luffy, Zoro, Yamato, obviously Big Mom and Kaido, Shanks, and whoever else Oda decides to give that to. More than likely Sabo as well. You're only going to have a few people who can actually do that with the flame on or off. And so that's a limited pool. So I definitely suspect that he's going to give Dragon a code or an order to have the pacifista turn against the world government. But that'll be it from our review. Tried to cut it down. This is my third time recording this. The first one was 20 minutes. The second one was 18 minutes. I've got it down to 16 minutes. Probably need to trim it even further. But yes, that'll be all from me, Madara28. I will be before you guys again this week. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.